Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Agradika as usual. I'm with Osuman, one of the most vibrant young people when it comes to politics here in Sebei. And Osman, as far as I'm concerned, I think you are, is it an organizer? Are you a leader when it comes to the ant movement led by the general? First, clear the air on that.
Thank you very much, and good evening, viewers.
Yes.
I am a social activist.
Yes.
At the same time, a leader at the Alliance for National Transformation.
Which
And
is a very active political.
Active, our philosophy is different.
Okay, from
Our philosophy is building the structure bottom up, as opposed to that of the National Youth Platform (FDC) of defiance. That is where we have that's where we differ.
Osman, you speak with a lot of knowledge, and sometimes you're not afraid. I've been following your discussions on radio. Sometimes you're not afraid to mention people's names and what they have been doing. Doesn't that scare you as a speaker that perhaps some people may want to get back at you for putting their, failures straight on the table? Does that worry you at a certain time?
No, actually, many people keep asking, where do I get the energy to even come in the open and mention people's names? First of all, I believe that whatever I must mention or utter, it must be within the dictates of the law. Once I am safe with the law, I don't care what will come my way.
Okay.
And especially when I'm on a noble cause to liberate the people.
There is something, Osman, people have been trying to. One time during a conversation, somebody said Osman tends to direct most of his bullets towards the current LC5 Kapchorwa district, Kubarika Evelyn. Is it true that you could be much of your discussion is centered around the lady? Is that true?
You see, when you are in class and one learner keeps repeating mistakes, you have to keep following him or her. So in this context, when I see Madam Chair make mistakes, I have to castigate her. So you don't have to leave another mistake because people will say that, why are you ever following?
But Osman, in your opinion, do you think Madam Chair Evelyn Kubarika has achievements ever since she started office?
You see, like another person, he has an iota of achievements,
yes,
which to me I think of a very negligible impact.
Okay.
Looking at her predecessor, the late Kuri Songo,
yes,
may his soul continue resting in peace. Whatever developments he left, those are the things we see as we speak. I haven't seen anything tangible done by Madam Chair. I don't know, maybe I'm not aware, but I would want you to help me mention one.
Osman, what is the biggest failure so far that you have recorded in as far as the chair's office is concerned here in Kapchorwa district?
Failing to create a peaceful political environment within the council, creating a lot of antagonism within the council, not being a leader who can create reconciliation.
Okay.
That is one of the biggest things. So where there is chaos, there is a lot of fracas in whatever happens. That jeopardizes the development. You can have a very good agenda, but because you are in a situation of conflict, like I've attended the council like today, voting, they did some voting, but you could clearly see that the council is divided into two. There are two antagonistic sides.
But I thought we expect that in every sitting there's always the proposition and the opposition side.
That happens, but in this case, the voting is not done basing on credibility. Okay. If a candidate vies for one position, they will first of all assess from which side. Is it from Madam? So in the event that Madam, even in the event that the candidate is from Madam Chair, the other faction will front a candidate irrespective of the credibility as one way to, I think, release the anger that they have with the chairperson.
Now, Osman, in your opinion, because we believe that a good critic always gives suggestions, things that possibly they think should be done. What do you think Madam Chair should do?
Madam Chair should
to improve her time.
Madam Chair should do something simple. One, must do scenario building. If this happens, what should I do? Then to do soul searching, investigate on the issue. Do not depend on propaganda. Even when there are people opposed to your ideology, you don't have to take them as enemies. Take them as people who have difference in ideology. Bring them on a round table. What Madam Chair needs to do is to go down on a round table and resolve any conflict that might have arisen from whatever might have transpired.
Do you think that the methods that were used in sacking back in the day, the honorable councillor representing somewhere in the west, this side, DK Kusiro, do you think the methods that were used in sacking him together with the other lady, what is her name? I'm forgetting the name.
Honorable Susan.
Honorable Susan. Then there comes the Honorable Badru. Do you think that the chair, much as she's within her mandate, do you think those were really good measures in as far as the closeness of the sackings are concerned? DK not so long ago, then Badru comes in. What kind of picture does that give you about the political scene in the district?
First of all, it shows that the Madam Chair is intolerant, cannot accommodate people with divergent opinion. That is one. Secondly, the law has the weakness, gives the prerogative power to the chairperson. So they may disagree in a party over maybe food, for example. Because of such, they will come and say, basing on this provision of the Local Government Act, I'm sacking you, I'm revoking you. That is the weakness with the law. But clearly you can see 4 people.
And that applies up to the national level, the law?
No, no.
That,
you see, that the act, Local Government Act, giving the mandate to the chairperson to do revocations, does not give the other side to have a fair hearing.
okay.
That what could have caused. So actually it is within the goodwill of the chairperson to sack you. So, anytime. So, but clearly looking deeply, there were issues, contradictions. But Madam Chair was not able to come in the open to go to Elgon. But whenever she went to radio to give a response as to why she did that, you could like me in far as I'm concerned, I could not clearly see a genuine reason. Those were small bickerings, small things that could be handled.
You believe those could have been avoided?
Once a person comes in the open, that one of your secretaries at the district executive committee is working behind you, I think that is good. You can keep that person there.
I want to summarize this issue of the LC5 Kapchorwa district. If you are to rate the LC5, the Honorable Evelyn Kubarika, 1 to 10, how many would you give her in as far as the term of office of her, the time she's been in office? From 1 to 10, how many would you give?
I will give 2.
2 out of 10.
2 out of 10. That's 20%.
Like, is that realistic?
That's not being harsh. Actually, that the marks I've allotted to her is actually commensurate to what she has done.
Do you think there are other people who believe in the opposite way that you do, in as far as the chair is concerned?
There are many that are silent, even at the district, even civil servants. They fear because they fear their jobs.
Wait, are you trying to tell me that the LSC5 has the authority to even sack civil servants from their work?
She can influence the processes.
The influence.
The influence.
Okay. That is very risky for some people. Therefore,
that's why they are called the silent majority.
So all they can do now is depend on people like you can come out openly.
Yes. Now, what is happening? Actually, Madam Chair is sitting on a time bomb, like I keep telling people. If you look at the confusion at the district, majority of the technical staff are not working in a good way with Madam Chair. Reason? They give you also a reason that Madam Chair is intolerant. She wants to be very high. She does not recognize that we have different thinking, and therefore they need to accommodate that.
Okay.
So what is it? Others are praying that 2026, as it nears, they are ready to make change. You can clearly see that.
And in your opinion, Osuman, as an analyst, because I can clearly say you are among, so far, the first 15 political analysts here in Sabay that I could say, yeah, those guys know something about politics. Do you think, in your opinion, the chair can still make it if she comes to the race 2026? Do you think she can be able to retain that office of the LC5?
I don't know, but what I can see, the chances of Madam Chair retaining the seat, the chances are very minimal. If you can look at the Greater Kasarem, which gave a block vote.
That is the Greater Kasarem, yes.
Greater Kasarem is, as we speak, very disintegrated.
Okay.
There are infights already.
Okay.
So when you don't have the base, and remember, this was a wave.
A wave.
Had it not be a wave, the late Kurusongo would have died while in power. But you can see that it was a wave. It was more of a revolution, orchestrated by Greater Kasaremians. So we gave a block vote there. As we reached Greater Sipi, we saw Songo, the late Songo, beating us. Had it not be a block vote, we would have not gotten. But now, as you visit the ground right now.
So that is in brief. If Kasarem gives you a block vote, the possibility of your passing are really very high.
The chances are high.
Chances are really.
The same applies to the honorable member of parliament in Gai constituency.
Okay, so now, Osuman, let's wrap up the issue of the chair. Generally in Kapchorwa district, what do you think is what is the biggest political weakness we have? Just even leaving alone the chair's office, generally, what is the greatest? Why are we not progressing politically? We see other districts growing politically. People are doing things, people are fighting for their people. You really see somebody representing their people. But in Sebei here, technically Kapchorwa as a case study, we still have that problem. Where do you think the problem is coming from?
There are 3 reasons. 1, since independence, Sabei sub-region, we have only had circumstantial leaders. Leaders who don't have a clear political agenda. The ones who, but we have those who want to use political power as a means to enrich themselves. That's selfish gains. That was the. Then the other one is we've had our own internal contradictions as beings. We feel that the one who is going up, we must pull that very person. We fight that one.
Okay.
But you know the late Kingo.
Yes.
That one was very strategic. Yes, Chamongas was ideological. He did not look at the end, having money. That's why he took very suicidal missions, breaking from the Bagisu.
Something that looked impossible back in the day.
That haunted him, and he said, "No, I am dying for the people." Those are the leaders we have. We don't have leaders who are ideology based. We have circumstantial leaders.
So, in your opinion, that spirit is dead.
I no longer see it, but I'm optimistic that we have very many leaders here, but the circumstances have suffocated them. You must have the money. You must have the social capital. Being poor to come to raise prominence is very difficult. But over time, society, there is always a turning point. There is always a breakthrough that people will go and realize, okay, this is the direction to take. Okay. And that it will be a turning point.
Osuman, why is it that the young people today are shying away from active politics, leaving it only for what one time Major Leonard Chamonges named as the old oxen? Why have the young people, why are we shying away from active politics? Yet we see other districts, the young people are taking up the mantle to lead their people and taking guidance from the elderly class of people. Why is it that is the opposite here? We have only elders occupying vibrant positions, and later on we see them dozing when active discussions, serious and pertinent matters are being discussed. What is the problem with us young people?
There are about 2-3 factors. One, that the mindset of the people, as they say that age is gold. So the Sabine looking at a typical Sabine believes in age, not the ideas. 2, young people have not also taken time to recognize that they can refuse you, but you must become consistent. At some point, they will see hope. Because I keep giving people examples of Jesus. Jesus started at another age, but you know. So then the other one is the politics. The politics has been monetized
so much
that to have a consultative meeting, you must buy people soda.
People need allowances.
3, young people, especially the elite and intellectuals from university, with the illusion that as you reach home, you must have a good wife, a good house after getting a job, not knowing that you must struggle to liberate yourself. That once you rectify politics, once politics is at its peak, then economics, the economy, then the social aspect will thrive. The challenge they have is they want to get the jobs and make money when the political environment is not healthy. Not recognizing that once you have stable politics, the rest of human endeavors will move on well.
Thank you, Osuman. Now, Osuman, let me take you quickly to Tingay. There was on the 16th day of the month of September this very year, we had a fundraising in Kasarem,
Yes.
and that was championed by the Honorable Twala Fadil.
Yes.
What kind of impact do you think that fundraising has generally on the people of Tingay?
First of all, people were yearning to receive the guest of honor, the
Prime Minister.
Prime Minister.
Mm.
So we had a section of the population who turned to come and see a figure like Nebanja.
Mm.
Two, we had those ones who were there to receive the market.
Yeah.
What is the impact? Yes, there is some small impact, because if you look at Tingay constituency, people are moved by waves. You only torture them. Once you can create an impression that you are in touch with the whole country.
Mm.
So when you see the impact there, yes, even people who had started coming up to contest against Honorable Twala
are falling off.
Actually, if you look at around certain members of parliament came and graced the occasion. So the supporters of those ones opposed to Honorable Twala kept wondering whether it is possible to oust Honorable Twala from power. Now that demoralized the supporters of his opponents, and it created an impact politically that people are saying, this boy is becoming impossible given the magnitude of the people.
In one of your interviews with an Elgon radio journalist, you stated well that what Twala Fadil did, bringing that whole procedure up of the fundraising, was a very good thing.
Yes.
You come from Kasarem. Honorable Twala is a member of Kasarem. Which Kasarem is in Tingay. Do you think the people of the upper Tingay, I'm talking about Sipi, I'm talking about Jema, Chebonet, do you think these people are equally happy about the procedures, about the developments taking place in Kasarem, especially this is their leader? Do you think others may think that resources and the better part of the meat is being taken to Kasarem, especially the fact that the honorable comes from there?
That's why the chances of those in power coming, retaining their seats, 26, the chances are minimal. I envisage another wave coming from up, sweeping downwards, because clearly, actually, his opponents are actually capitalizing on it. That if the honorable loved you, why would he still take the market to Kasarem? Not even to Chema, not even to another. So another development has got its own weaknesses and it has got its own setbacks. Actually, it is a big one politically. And the same thing also, I've also seen people say the chairperson LC5 connived with the member of parliament to take the market.
Yes, some people say that, yes.
And they are just going to amplify that propaganda as 26 years, and it is a tool to break people.
And the irony is that it can easily work.
And it is going to work. Let me assure you, it is going to work.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm still with Osuman. Osuman is a strong member of the ANT movement that is led by General
Mugisha
Muntu. You remind me again, ANT is fully
the Alliance for National Transformation.
Yes, and that is one of the political bodies here in Uganda. Of course, as we wind up with Osuman, I just want to remind you that Osuman is a strong member of Kasarem Tingay, but based much of his time here in Kapchorwa, and he does much of his work. Many people know him as an analyst who was specified in following political trend, especially here in Kapchorwa, maybe Sabay in general, and the country at large. I want to think that as young people, we need to choose something that we can do best and try to build up on that. Osuman, your last words to our people who are listening. And perhaps how can they reach you?
Thank you very much, Mr. Grodike, for hosting me this evening. I want to tell the people, especially young people, that the future is in your hands. Given the numerical strength that we have, around 70%, that we have the capability and the ability to shake and to direct waves in whichever direction we wish as a people. What is it? You think you are in a comfort zone? No! Come out of there. That is an imagination. Come to the ground, join politics, make politics up to date. The rest of the endeavors, we shall reap big. But we cannot reap big as a people when politics is limping every day. We must rectify that. Keep moving. That's all. I think to reach me, you can reach me on WhatsApp on my number 0771278 that's the number you can reach me. Right. And I'm really very humble and delighted to be here this evening.
Thank you so much, Osuman. We'll look at you in the next session
Thank
of
you.
our discussion. May God bless you.
Thank you.